Hey, what's happening, everyone? I'm SirJames coming at you guys with another video, and today I'm here to give you guys my review on a Star Wars figure that I've had in the backdrop for quite a while in my videos, and that is the Luke Skywalker Deluxe Edition by Hot Toys. Here is what the initial packaging will look like. As you can see, very nicely looking package over on the front and backhand side. Now, this figure is of course based on Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi, and I'm not really going to go into details about the movie itself because some people like it, some people hate it, others have mixed feelings about it. Love or hate the movie, I could always appreciate a really good Hot Toys figure, and which is why I'm here to give you guys this review and of course my final thoughts. So let's go ahead and switch camera angles and go ahead and take a closer look at the figure and the accessories that is included. Alright, so here is Luke Skywalker out of the box, and as you can see, just simply with the basic garbs that he has on right now, he's already looking quite good, and I feel like once we get the additional accessories attached to him, he's going to look even better. Now, I know Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi gets a lot of mixed feelings amongst its fan base. For me, it's not one of my personal favorites. It's definitely towards one of my least favorites. There was a few moments here and there that I liked, but there's definitely many things that I would like to see have changed, and I didn't really like how Luke's character was treated. But again, that's just my own personal opinion. Now, regardless of what we all think about Episode 8, for me, I'm always in for a really good Hot Toys or Sideshow figure, and I feel like this is definitely a really nice one to have, regardless of your feelings about the film. So before we go over the figure itself, let's go ahead and kind of go over the accessories here, starting with the deluxe items first. Now, there's really not that much of a big price difference between the standard release and the deluxe one, but I feel like if you were going to spend the money to get this figure, I think it's worthy of getting the deluxe one, especially for one particular piece, which we'll get to in just a moment. The first basic item in the deluxe set is, of course, you get this little porg here. And what's neat too is that if you get the Rey Jedi training, you'll get some additional porgs that'll go along with that too. So therefore you could have a little bit of a collection of these little guys, if that's what you're aiming for, of course. Also too, in the deluxe edition, you do get this lightning rod right here that he used at one point of the movie to use the Force to pull it to defend himself against Rey after she learned that, well, Luke pretty much lied to her, but can you blame him, really? And then pretty much what makes this deluxe edition worth it, in my opinion, is this really cool backpack right here. As you can see, there's all sorts of different things on here. Netting, you got his, well, container for his milk and whatnot. We're not going to talk much about that scene there. Also, too, there are some additional accessories like tools and stuff that you can go ahead and place on the backpack. Really small, delicate stuff, but it does hold there quite well. And this thing just looks really, really cool. And I like the worn weathering look to it and the rope added to it. But if there's anything that makes this deluxe edition worth it, it's solely just for the backpack. I like additional stuff like this in a figurine. It just, for some reason, like, it's always a selling point for me. But that's definitely the main highlight right there. Also too, you get a pretty nice display base here. So right now it's pretty basic, but on the front here, if the camera would focus, it's probably too much gloss, or there you go. Too much reflection going on there. You do get a couple of display base options if you use the stand. So this is your first one, and I really like the artwork on that, especially the holographic Rebellion logo there. Looks really neat. And then, of course, if you wanted to kind of be a little bit more themed for the movie, you do have this base right here with like the rocks and plants and whatnot. Or you can go ahead and make your own custom one if you wish to do that. And you also get this little rod thing here. Pretty much this is pretty easy to set up. You just pick which one you want, put the rod into place. It's as simple as that. This is adjustable. I mean, I'm pretty sure most of you know how to use a stand by now. You also get like his little trench coat type thing that he has here, which is very neat, which we're easily going to put on the figure. This adds more to it once we start adding some of the additional components here. But this is really good material. It's all soft goods. Not sure what the actual material is made of, but it just feels really good in the hands. But definitely has the look like it's all made of leather. Besides that, you also have his satchel, which, as you can see, is also another soft goods item here, weathered up as well. There's actually a little bit of cotton in the inside that kind of makes the bag fill up a little bit more, which is there by default. And you could even add some of the additional accessories in there if you wish to use it, because it is indeed usable. You also have 3 hands. You have a grabbing hand, which is already on the figure himself. You also have a little bit of an open hand that you can kind of use for his satchel, which is what we're actually going to be placing on the figure. But like the wrinkles and stuff like that, the glove looks really, really good. Another one here is more of an open hand, kind of like a force maneuver. And then you also have 3 regular hands. You have a hand here that's being used right now to hold his walking stick, which we'll get to in a moment. You also have this item here, which could be used to hold his compass, or you could use it as another force type thing. Again, it's all about how you want to interpret the accessories. And then you have another hand here, which could easily bundle with the satchel. You also have a lightsaber. Now there's no like light up arm attachment like some of the accessories comes with, but you could easily remove this and place the actual hilt inside the bag if you want to, which I think that's what we're going to do in today's video. And then you also have his walking stick. Very nice accessory. And you could also place the walking stick, if you don't wish to use it, pretty much right up in here. Kind of hold it in place. But I'm going to be posing him with the walking stick. And you also have a necklace here, which I'm not sure exactly what this necklace is from, or the importance of that. If you guys know what that is, please let me know. And last but not least, you have some additional pegs. And you also get this compass here. Now, if you don't know what this compass is used for, this was actually something that he acquired in Star Wars Battlefront 2, the one made by DICE. And I was on a particular mission where he pretty much uses this compass to find the first Jedi temple. In fact, just to kind of repoint the scene, let me go ahead and play that quick cutscene for you guys.
This is all worthless. Not all of it. What is that?
I'd like to keep this compass, if you don't mind.
My mission is to destroy this place. Why would I let you do that?
Because I asked. Thank you.
So that is the scene that I was referring to when I mentioned Star Wars Battlefront 2 by DICE. And now we have the main figure itself, giving you guys a nice look at the head sculpt here. I feel like that's definitely a really good job there. One that, again, is pretty much a nice piece to have regardless. Now in terms of his hood, it does have a bit of wiring to it, so you could kind of like, you know, form it over his head properly depending on how you want him to display it, or you could remove the hood down if you wanted to expose more of his hair. Personally, I like having the hood over. It just kind of gives a little bit more of a mysterious look to him, in my opinion. You also got a bunch of more soft goods here. What I don't like about this particular piece here is that it always seems to have like kind of like a static thing going on here with this outfit, because it's always sticking in places where I don't want it to stick at. That's probably the only annoying part. I mean, yes, you can remove this if you wanted to. And again, just a bunch of soft goods, a little pleather material for the belt here, down to the pants, and then the boots. Now in terms of articulation, you're easily going to get a lot of good movement for this guy because he doesn't have any main hindrance within his joints. To give you a proper example right here, as you can see, I'm easily able to bend his arm all the way out with no hindrance. And as you can see, it's not trying to force its way apart like there's something there preventing that from happening. And same thing for his legs too. There's nothing there hindering the joint movements at all. So in terms of his legs and arms, there's no restrictions whatsoever. Now there is a little bit of a fat suit underneath, or a muscle suit, which I could easily fill underneath the chest area. And that's really about it. It's just mostly within the midsection of his body. But that's really about it. So what I wanted to go ahead and do is that I wanted to take this opportunity to put on some of these additional accessories for you guys. Starting off with the backpack, and the best way to put the backpack on is to simply put his arms in an awkward spot, and to go ahead and simply align everything here. So it's pretty simple to put on. It's not too much of a pain. The part that's going to take a little bit of effort is getting the main cloak on. And what I'm doing is that piece that I told you that kind of has like a little, that likes to stick on everything because of the friction or whatever. That's what I'm having to adjust at the moment. But once you finally get the pieces on, the backpack looks great already. The next thing I want to go ahead and do is that I want to go ahead and take the satchel, and I just simply want to go ahead and toss in the compass, the lightsaber. Actually, no, we'll save the lightsaber for last. Maybe I'll try to have it in a way where it's kind of sticking out of the bag a little bit. So you simply want to get it upwards. There's a couple ways to go about it. You could remove the head first, which we're going to have to in just a moment anyways. Or you just go ahead and put it over the head. And once you get that angled up here, and let me just kind of fix this hood to give you guys an idea of how he looks at the moment. So here's how he looks at this moment. So as you can see, just adding a few of the basic accessories here adds quite a bit to the character. And we're not done, because the main idea is to try to use the majority of the accessories depending on how you want to pose them. So you could leave them like this and just do some kind of basic pose with the included parts here. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is that I'm actually going to be switching out this arm, not arm, but this hand piece here with this one here. And I always hated these little pegs. Alright, just need to kind of fix this jacket now. Alright, so we are good, because the idea that I want is that I want this particular hand to come over and pretty much essentially him holding his bag. You know, he's just grabbing it. Basically kind of like what I do when I'm walking around with my messenger bag. I always like to have my hand on the strap. And again, as you can see there, it's definitely looking quite good. So what I want to go ahead and do is that I want to add this larger piece here. And this actually requires us to remove his head in order to do this, because there's a little bit of a multi-step process here where you have to first off remove the head, And then when you are attaching this, you want to basically bring his hood right here through the slots. You just need to figure out how this goes on. And then once you do so, just simply, like this, slide the hood right over. And once you put it in, just see how it sits on the figure. And just simply make any fine adjustments that you need to do first. So the idea is to have the straps here towards this area. So it hangs more on this side than it does over here. And then once you have all that set and done, you're simply going to take his head, or if you wanted to, you can also do this as a process. If you want to have the necklace on, you could pretty much loop this through down here, or you can loop it above, depending on how you want to do it. And then once you get that through, actually what I want to do, I want to fix that. I want to have it to where the necklace, instead of being over the outfit, I want this to be under. Alright, now that I got that all figured out, just fix the hood here, fix the hair, and then once we do that, let me go ahead and just bring the pieces over. So it's always fun when you get like a new figure and you're just trying to figure out how you want to pose him and get things settled. So what I've done is that for the necklace, it's already on him, but I made it to where it's pretty much right under here instead of just hanging over. And I simply just fix the bag here. Alright, so he's pretty much almost done, so we're just going to go ahead and bring the hood back over. And to simply, there's like an annoying fly in here. Simply bring the hood over. As you can see, he's already looking like, the more we progress in this video, it's like the more and more he improves as we go along. I'm just going to go ahead and bring the base over here, just as a little bit of a helping hand. Because obviously most of his backpack is covered, so I wanted to fix that so when he is displayed, most of the backpack is shown. Because, you know, why have the backpack on if people are not going to be able to see it? Just fixing up his top of the hood here. Fine-tune adjustments, and then I'm going to go ahead and take his little walking stick here, place it into his hand. Alright, and I think he is, for the most part, good to go. God, this fly, I swear. So as you can see, now he looks very good. We pretty much got the majority of the accessories on. The only thing that's not attached is, again, the extra hands that are inside the package. The lightning rod here. The porg we could easily add down onto the base. That's simple to do. As for the lightsaber, I was initially trying to have it to where it'll maybe exposed outside the bag a little bit. Maybe it's something I might be able to do. I'm not entirely sure. Oh, there we go. Actually, I think I got it just right. If you look right in there, you could barely see just the lightsaber poking out of there. So I think that looks really good. So let me know what you guys think about the Luke Skywalker Deluxe Edition by Hot Toys. This guy is actually still available to purchase. I'll put a link to him in the description down below. As he mentioned, the main selling point as far as the Deluxe Edition goes is easily that backpack. And again, if you want to save 20 bucks, you could get the standard one. But if you're going to spend the money, you just might as well spend the extra 20 bucks to get it with it. Because I don't think you're going to regret that whatsoever. And again, just to kind of have this draping over to reveal that backpack looks great. Now, depending on how you have them posed up, another thing that would also work out great for a display is maybe having like a mirror in the backdrop, so that way you can kind of see it maybe at a different angle depending on how you have them set up, of course. And again, let me know what you guys think about this guy in terms of what do I think overall in terms of a scale of 1 to 5. I'm easily going to give this guy a 5 out of 5. He comes with a good array of accessories. The Deluxe Edition with the backpack is a good selling point. In terms of posability, you could easily set him up in a bunch of different poses, or if you want to incorporate everything, for the most part like I've done, you could easily do that and still get a really nice look to him. But again, I still think this guy is easily worth it, regardless of your opinions of the actual film itself. If you are someone that is trying to collect some Hot Toys figurines, and specifically Star Wars lineup, I feel like he's going to be a worthy investment into your collection, regardless of your, again, opinions of the film. Until then, I am SirJames, and I hope you guys look forward to my next figure review, as well as lightsaber reviews. Until then, I'll see you guys on the next video upload.